So, good old PewDiePie, who's the biggest YouTuber, always got 40 million subscribers. It came out on a few different websites how much he made money. Last year, I think it came out he made between $3 and $4 million, and it's been revealed that he made $7 million the past, I guess, calendar year. I don't know how this information gets out. First of all, that's sort of strange how that would even get out, because only at the end of the day, the only people would know would be the network he's on.
Right.
Unless someone, you can always guess based upon how much I've used, but to have such a specific number like that is just sort of surprising. So his name is Felix Kajelberg. He's 25 years old. He's been doing this for, I think, 3 or 4 years at this point, maybe 5. And then he's a famous Let's Player. He's when you think of Let's Plays, you think of PewDiePie. You can talk about the quality of his content, whether or not you like it or not. He has a legion of fans, and he's obviously very successful. So he felt the need to respond, though, in a video about wealth and money. And obviously, of course, he's not going to say something like, "Oh, money's bad." Of course, it's good to have money. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. You deserve all the money you make. But my question is, why would you need to address it? It's not like a sports star comes out and has to say, "Hey, I'm making $20 million a year, and I work hard." The fact that he had to do it is I don't know if it's a watershed moment for recognizing YouTube as entertainment or not, but it's certainly strange to have to address it. If I'm making multiple $1 million a year and have people saying to me in my comment section, "Oh, you're not doing real work," I'll be like, "Okay, that's fine. I'm still making millions of dollars." So I don't know. Maybe he's insecure with the fact that he's making these millions of dollars that he has to address it. But to me, it doesn't come off. It's not a good look. We'll just say that to sort of address it like that. At least to me, I just think it's a little strange.
I personally didn't think it came across as bad as you do, but then again, I have absolutely no investment in this sort of that sort of universe. I mean, I barely even know what he does. You say Let's Plays, and had I thought for a minute, that would have come to my mind, I'm sure. I'm not sure why he would feel the need to address it either, other than the fact that maybe you're right. Maybe it is time for people to realize that, yes, this is a way that people make money.
And it's not going where people say, "Oh, this is going to go away." It's not at this point.
Right.
It's a new media. It's been around for 10 years, and it's only growing.
People get upset at him, but, similar, I think, in ways to something we had talked about previously. He makes this money because people like him, and he gets the money. And because of that, people attacking him is probably going to, if a person thinks about it for a while, it's probably going to rub him the wrong way. But at the same point in time, yes, you're right. He should be less concerned about having to make any sort of defensive statement about it.
Sure, this guy gets probably 100,000 comments a day.
Right.
So how does he even track it?
I thought he turned comments off on all of his videos.
There was a point where he did turn comments off. I don't know, because he wanted to then focus on the positivity and then link to a forum where you could do it. I don't know if he's still doing that. I don't follow this guy's content.
No, I don't either.
All I know is he's famous for he was on South Park last year, and he screams a lot, and that's his content, which is fine. Again, if you're into that, I don't care. I honestly don't begrudge him. Make as much money as you want. Go for it. But in terms of he in the video, he picked out certain comments and responded to it, and it's like that it was just petty when you're the biggest YouTuber to call individual people out. I did
think that was fairly petty. I don't think he needed to do that. I do think the fact that he mentioned that the money is obviously nice. He didn't necessarily go into this for money. He dropped out of college, got a computer, worked at a hot dog stand, whatever, gave the story. I mean,
well, he could do that because he comes from money. He's not a pauper.
Well, then why did he work at a hot dog stand?
Because he wanted to. That's why.
He didn't seem like he wanted to, but anyways, all I'm getting at, I have no reason to defend the dude, because I don't watch him and I don't give a fuck. But I just didn't see the videos being all that bad. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him making the money he makes. And I mean, I didn't like the way he came across, but when people do say, do I think that necessarily that sort of act deserves that kind of money? No, but if that's what he's making, then fine. Well, he deserves the money because people like him.
It's what the market
right. It's what the market wants. So it doesn't make sense to me. Fine, but I understand why he makes the money. But he said, why are you making this much money when blah 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 is so much more talented? Then that person needs more exposure. That person needs more views. I mean, it's very simple. It's very cut and dry.
Sure.
Like I said, you're right. There, he did not come across particularly great.
He also didn't come across when he mentioned his charity works, and he does do good charity works. And it was just a little strange.
It's never good to throw charity work in the face of people.
No, it is not. And that's where I think we'll be on the more same page. He's like, he complained about the lack of publicity for him doing charitable works.
Yeah, no, I'm completely on board with you there.
He's like, why wasn't there publicity when I helped raise $1 million this year? Come on.
Right.
That's not the fucking point of you doing it. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, while it is great that he does do charitable works, throwing charitable works in the face of others is never a quality idea.
No, and then, because there's plenty of celebrities that do charity stuff you never hear about.
Yeah.
People give millions of away. You don't hear about it because that's not the point of doing it. Speaking of that, we're doing no. No, so, I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know, he's probably a nice dude, but the problem with, and we can talk about this later, is that there's an immaturity attached with, in general, and I'm not putting a negative connotation on that. There's an immaturity attached with a lot of these YouTubers because a lot of these guys started in their teens or early 20s.
Right.
They get big, they get a lot of money. They really don't have any real world experience working.
This is a conversation for another day.
We're gonna have to hold it,
yeah.
but just real quick, they don't have a lot of experience, socially or working in like an office environment to know that, first of all, what they have, but also how they got there. And so some people, when they get a lot of wealth or fame quickly without having to really, say, work hard for it, they don't know how to handle it.